Hey everyone, welcome back. We got a special Saturday episode for you. It's not a review, but it's a prediction show. With me once again, we have Campo.Reviews, the man who reviews movies, TV shows, everything else in between. But like I said, today we are doing prediction, WrestleMania prediction. WrestleMania will air in about an hour, and we're here to drop a quick prediction show for you guys. So let us start with tonight's predictions. There are seven matches on the card and seven matches tomorrow. So tonight, first match, we don't know what order they're going to be in, but the first match listed here is Gunther versus Jey Uso.
Well, we already know Jey Uso is going to win, so I
Yeah.
don't. Bad choice,
Yeah.
but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah. War Raiders versus the New Day for the World Tag Team Championship.
This is a more difficult one for me because I just would automatically assume that New Day is going to win,
Yeah, I would say New Day as well.
but also like considering the fact that it is New Day,
Hmm.
maybe it's a put over,
Quite possibly.
but I
Quite
still think
possible.
New Day will win because it's WrestleMania and you got to have something.
And a match they added not to WrestleMania, but to next Friday's SmackDown. They're doing a three-way TLC match between DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, and Street Profits.
Yeah, that's why they're not on this on Mania.
But that should be a Mania match.
I agree.
Anyway, Rey Mysterio versus Grande Americano.
Well, we don't actually know this because apparently Rey Mysterio's injured.
From what I understand, yeah. So
He did get injured, I believe, last night.
Monday
Was it Monday?
was it? I think it was Monday on Raw or the Friday prior.
Either way, but apparently he's not wrestling. So I would automatically assume that it's going to be a match where we're going to find out that Grande Supremo Burrito is going to end up being
Yeah,
Chad Gable, which we already know,
which we already know.
and Rey Mysterio will win.
Watch it be somebody else dressed up as that, and unless they get Ray Phoenix to go against Grande Americano,
That could be what happened, but still, the good guy is going to win that match.
no matter what. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This is obviously Cargill,
Yeah, I guess.
unless some sort of
Nah, you're
shenanigan
right.
happen.
You're right.
And this one is also another one. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. They got to give Fatu the shine here, right?
They have to, the 100% have to, and like it's a weird match because I really like Jacob Fatu and
Hmm. LA.
the I like the character of LA Knight. It's probably my favorite character in WWE, but it
Hmm.
also he this is just like such an odd mix of wrestlers here that I don't expect this match to be very good.
Yeah.
But I think that Jacob Fatu will win.
Yeah, I think Fatu will just obliterate him.
Yeah.
Tiffy Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the WWE Championship, Women's Championship. Or as I posted earlier in the week, Sabrina Carpenter versus Cher.
Which is what it is. They even look like that, which is what's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm going to Sabrina Carpenter's hotter than Tiffany Stratton still. Um
little
I'm
espresso.
I'm gonna go with my heart and say
And
that it's a put over.
but then again, it's Charlotte.
I'm going
Charlotte
with
has
my heart.
I know I'm gonna go with Charlotte because Charlotte likes to go into business for herself.
This is my thing with this whole scenario with I think we did talk about it. I
Mhm.
don't think any of it is a real shoot. I
No,
think everything has been a work, including deleting the scenes out of the episode of Raw. I think
SmackDown.
they
Yeah.
legitimately planned to do that. I think
Okay.
all of the comments on social media
Is to build
even
hype for the match.
is to build hype for the match, even by whatever his name is, Ludwig Kaiser. I believe that's
Yeah.
all.
Even he posted something.
That's what I'm saying. I believe it's all planned, all of
So
that.
it's all a work.
And I do think from your perspective, what you're saying, that's what WWE wants is Charlotte. Charlotte doesn't want to win. Charlotte is okay now. I believe after the Rhea Ripley match and seeing everything that came after that,
Yeah.
that she's in her Kenny Omega era of
Just
like
putting over.
just having a good match.
Okay.
But I want my heart says I'm gonna pick Tiffy, but I think you're right.
Yeah. Here we go. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, the main event of night one.
Seth Rollins wins.
You think Heyman's going to turn and join
I think
Seth?
that's it. That's gonna be this match is just gonna be a storyline match, and it's gonna be not good at all.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So that ends night one. I agree with you. I want CM Punk to win it just because this is the only chance he'll ever get a main event WrestleMania.
Yeah, but I
But
think it's gonna be something with Shenanigan.
yeah. So night two. Let us start night two. 7 matches on this show as well. Io Sky versus Bianca versus Ripley. This is a
Io
tough one.
Sky retains.
That's what my heart says, but I think they're going to give it back to Bianca.
I think that they'll hold off here and they'll give it back to her on the next, not maybe not even the next pay-per-view, maybe just the next. She'll get a rematch on SmackDown or something. I don't know. Or they're on Raw.
Okay.
I don't know what show they're
They're
on.
on Raw, yeah. Yeah, I'd like to see Io retain, especially after the way that she's been goofed around.
And the last reign as for her thing started off really good and then just fizzled out to nonsense.
Yeah. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Bailey and Lyra Valkyria. I think the heels are going over on this one. Liv
Oh, for
Morgan
sure. Not even
because
0%.
you're not going to double belt Valkyria.
No.
And why is she not defending her belt? Why is Chelsea Green not defending her belt?
I forgot those belts existed until you just said that.
Yeah. Um, anyway, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, a match I don't care about.
Um, this is going to be an absolute banger. It's in my it's in my
Wheelhouse?
wheelhouse of no, it's in my prediction for best match of the weekend.
Okay.
This one, I think the women's three-way match will be very good. I think Charlotte versus Tiffy will probably be very
Yeah.
good.
And Gunther versus Jay might be a good match too.
No, it won't. Jey Uso
No?
can't keep up. Jey Uso doesn't have what it takes. That if it is a good match, I'll be honest with you, it's going to be because of Gunther.
Gunther.
I
Yeah.
don't think that Jey Uso is a good enough wrestler to be a world champion.
No.
But he's over. So what can I say, right? I'm
Yeah.
not here to be a
They got to pull
basher of it.
they got to pull the trigger while it's hot, right?
They
You
have to
can't.
do it now because the crowds are already starting to turn on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Um. So, anyways, what were we talking about?
I'm thinking Logan goes over in this match.
I think he puts Logan over, but I think it's an excellent match because if you've been watching any of the recent AJ
Matches?
interviews,
Yeah.
he keeps talking about how he knows he's going to retire and all he wants to do now is have bangers. That's like
Yeah.
all he wants
His
to do
Kenny
for the rest
Omega
of his
era.
career. Yeah.
We got Braun Breaker defending the WWE Intercontinental Championship against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio.
Braun Breaker and I don't even I can't other than the heat level of Dominic Mysterio, I can't see a reason why you would give the belt to anyone else in this match.
If I were the WWE would definitely give it to Dominic.
I agree with you, but I
But
think that right now you
I'm
got to
thinking
keep Braun
Penta.
hot.
I'm thinking
Penta's
Penta.
not winning anything.
No?
No, someone made a really good argument. You remember how I made that whole thing about they're pushing them just to get the Mexican fans on board?
Mhm.
Someone made a really good point to me that what they're doing with Ray Phoenix and
Penta?
Ricky Starks and Penta is they're trying to convince AEW wrestlers that if you leave AEW, you'll get a push in WWE. So
Yeah.
all of their pushes are fabricated just to get more good wrestlers to come over,
To come
and they're
over.
gonna just give up on them soon.
Yeah.
Because you can already see they're kind of letting Penta slide slowly
bit,
down
yeah.
from where he was like coming in as.
That's true. That's true.
I think you got to keep Braun hot. I think you got to let him go on a
Yeah.
run.
He's one of the best guys in the company right now, I
Have him
think.
go into a feud with Dominic, and at
Yeah.
SummerSlam, let them blow off the feud.
Okay. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. It's going to be a terrible match in a street fight.
Oh, it's gonna be awful. Drew McIntyre. No, Damian Priest.
Damian Priest. At least there's story here because, Damian Priest did beat Drew when he won the title last year at Mania. So at least there's a story.
This is definitely a put over match for Priest because this doesn't do anything for Drew McIntyre, and they're trying to tell his Naito story.
Randy Orton versus an opponent to be named.
It will be Miro.
I'm thinking Nick Aldis.
So people keep saying that, but I've seen a lot of rumors online.
Miro's there. He's there right now. Rusev isn't. And it is Rusev Day after all.
Yeah, his name will be Miro though. They confirmed it.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is the whole Nick Aldis thing is just a swerve to trick people into thinking it's going to be Nick Aldis and it's not going to be Nick Aldis. I would like it to be Nick Aldis. I think out of the three possible matches people are saying, which is Malachi Black, Miro, or
Nick
Nick
Aldis.
Aldis. Nick Aldis is the best match of all of those because Miro's just going to get hurt.
And Nick Aldis will have a fantastic match with Orton. They can work the same styles.
It's his Mania, his chance to have his Mania moment, and I would like that. So, but I still think Randy Orton wins, no matter who the person is.
Yeah. And then in the main event, Cody Rhodes versus someone you can't see.
Absolutely shenanigan full. It's going to be as overbooked as the
Hmm.
original John Moxley versus Adam Copeland match should have
The
been.
second, yeah, the
Not the
second
second one.
match.
The
You know,
first
the
match,
first
it should
one.
be the first one should have been as overbooked as this one is going to be.
Yeah,
John
it's going to
Cena
be as
will win.
overbooked as last year's Cody versus
Yeah, John Cena will win,
yeah.
100%.
Who helps John Cena win? The Rock?
The Rock, that rapper guy, maybe Seth Rollins because now he's officially turned to the dark side. The cryptic things that Seth Rollins is saying
Yeah.
completely lines up with everything The Rock had been saying that whole time.
Yeah, it does. It
And I
does.
think they're trying to build some kind of their own version of NWO slash the corporation from
Christian,
the
yeah.
Attitude Era.
Okay, yeah, I think so too. John Cena, Cody Rhodes had a good year, but not the greatest of years.
And all you're telling me by doing this is that you're still not going to turn Cody heel, and we're going to have to wait even longer for that to
Till
happen.
next
And when it
year,
does, no
yeah.
one will care.
Yeah. And that's a prediction show, guys. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Who do you think is walking away with the belts, championships, whatever? Let us know if there's any surprises you'd like to see on this year's Mania, because it's going to be a 4 hour show with only 7 matches. At least it's not AEW that does an hour and a half pre-show with 1 match.
I never want to talk about that again.
So with that out of the way, guys, thanks again for joining us. Tune in on Monday. Monday, we are going to have our TNA Unbreakable review. And then next week, we are going to have our WrestleMania week. So we're going to do WrestleMania night one, night two, and we're going to do NXT. So tune in next week for that. But Monday, we will have TNA Unbreakable. So in the words of Kenny Omega, goodbye and good night.